She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to day 7 of this 31 Days to Internal Satisfaction Healing Journey. It is your host with the absolute great and most, Coach China T, also known as Arthur China T. Y'all know I have written plenty of books in self-help fiction and children's. You can head on over to Amazon.com, Lulu, Kobo, or anywhere to get those books. Now, before we even get into today's topics, let's do a little bit of our housekeeping really quick. If you haven't grabbed your copy of 31 Days to Internal Satisfaction, you're going to need to get this, whether you get it in paperback or ebook. If you would like to get it digital, you're going to need it for the journal prompts and the activities, because we're not going to walk through those in any of these videos. You're going to have to do that part on your own. That is a part of you doing your work, sis. And it's time that I hold you accountable for doing your work. So you got to get your copy of that. While you're there, you're going to also get a copy of Never Date Just One, sis, your roster dating Bible. We're going to be getting back into this once we heal all of these things that have been holding us back. This is in paperback and ebook as well. Play Your Position, sis, is now in paperback and ebook as well. Get your copy of Play Your Position, sis, so you can see exactly how Shantae used that heartbreak and turn it into purpose. Also, sis, You're Toxic, I Wouldn't Date You Either. Pre-orders are up. It drops July 25th. And you're going to need to heal some toxic dating habits. It may not be all, but you do experience some of those habits. We need to get rid of them. And then we have our 3-book series, Divorce Not Desperate. Book 1, here we go, drops August 8th. I already got my copy. So can't wait for you to get yours, either in ebook or in paperback. So let's get ready for that series that's going to give us exactly what we need as we continue this roster dating journey. Now that we got all of that out the way, let's talk about today's healing topic, sis. Something that we are going to continue doing as we continue this rebuilding part, defining who you are. Sis, if you don't define who you are in your view, in what you know, then somebody else will do it for you. And they're going to always get it wrong if you don't correct them. Today is about you stepping up and saying, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I bring. This is how I want to be treated. This is what I do deserve. Now, I know some of y'all feel like you used to know who you were, but over time, trauma, bad relationships, family drama, broken friendships, motherhood, survival mode, all of those strip some part of your identity away from you piece by piece. And that goes back to, I told y'all, so many broken pieces of y'all are all over. And in order to heal, we have to be whole and bring those pieces back together. You became who you needed to be just to get by, just to please others, and just to keep the peace. But guess what, sis? That version of you, she wasn't whole, it wasn't true, and that wasn't you. That was a copy of what everyone else needed, but not what you yourself needed, sis. And it's time for you to get back to your needs, because you go first. Over here is where we self-preserve. So let's get real very quick. We've already been through days 1 through 5. We had to face the event, the time, the pain that broke us. I had to get to those weaknesses, and we had to turn them around and say, these don't define me. This is how they can become strengths. Then we had to recognize these strengths and give them back the power that they need. Then we exposed broken words that was spoken into our lives that kind of changed us. And then we revisited the moment, the age, the year that had some significant meaning to who we are today. So now we're going to continue to rebuild. We're not going to do it based on survival. We're not going to do it based on performance, sis. We're no longer performing. We're going to do it based on truth, your truth. Now, here's a question. One that you must ask yourself in order to complete this part so that you can get through your healing. Who are you, sis? Not what you do. Not what role you play, mother, worker, none of that. Not who you used to be. I used to be her. I used to be her. Who are you now? Today, in this moment, who are you? Because if somebody asks you that right now, sis, could you answer without naming your job title? how many kids you have, how great of a mother you are, your body type, the trauma you've been through, or your relationship status. Can you answer who are you without that stuff? Because you got to go deeper than that. You got to peel back the labels and find the core to you, sis. What are your core values? We need values, okay? What are your personal boundaries? We've talked about this in Never Date Just One. What do you love? What do you believe in? What do you stand on? Okay, standards. What do you need? Needs assessment. Never Date Just One, sis. That's why you need a copy. To feel loved, respected, seen, and safe. If you can't identify your needs, then nobody else can fulfill them, and you're going to always feel unfulfilled. Your identity is your armor, sis. When you don't know who you are, you'll accept anything. You'll accept being disrespected. You'll accept inconsistent love and behavior. You'll accept friendships that drain you and don't serve you no purpose. You'll accept jobs that don't help you grow and feel suffocating. Because deep down, you still don't have a clear definition and vision of what you deserve and who you are, sis. So today, you're not going to let the world label you anymore. Get your copy of Never Date Just One and turn to day 7. Don't be confused between what people say you are and who you know you are. Knowing yourself provides the chance to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses, as you did on day 2 and 3, your likes and dislikes, as you did on day 4, your dreams and goals, as we'll do on day 9, your tolerances and limitations, as we'll do on day 10. Knowing yourself involves recognizing your trauma and the effect it placed on you, but also understanding that you are not your trauma or your past. It is to understand that something occurred to halt your emotional growth, but you know that does not define who you are, sis. Once you can choose to move beyond that pain and allow peace in your heart, you will become more motivated to prevent any further damage, whether self-inflicted or caused by an external source. But who are you, sis? Define who you are in your image. You're going to define you for you so that nobody ever gets a chance to hand you a false narrative ever again. So, are you ready for today's assignment? Let's go ahead and get into it. Grab your copy of 31 Days of Internal Satisfaction. Head into a quiet spot in the area in the room. Y'all know how I do. Have your meditation music if you need that. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply, counting 1/1000 5 times. Fill your gut with air. As you exhale slowly, repeat, I am not who they said I was. I am becoming who I chose to be. I am not who they said I was. I am becoming who I chose to be. Say it out loud if you need to. Say it with your chest. Open your eyes and smile. Then grab your journal and complete your assignment. We are now defining who you are out loud. And this is what we're going to again affirm on a daily basis. That's why you already did your affirmations. This is more affirming in who you are now and how great you are. Don't forget your journal entry for today. Sis, we are heading down this healing journey, and it is getting deeper because we have not only identified the issue, we have now started rebuilding so that we can make sure that we're whole and fully functional to go back out into this world and be able to require the love that we can give after we've given it to ourselves 1000%. This is day 7. I will see you for day 8. Continue to love yourself. I love you. Enjoy your day.
Potty Henderson is freshly divorced, fine, and finally free, embarking on a 90-day luxury cruise that promises romance, adventure, and self-discovery. Exploring Caribbean, European, and African ports, she juggles romantic drama with multiple men against a backdrop of beautiful sunsets, all-white parties, and emotional upheavals. Amidst laughter and celebration, Potty reflects on her journey, but as she navigates this world of romance and self-discovery, she receives a heartfelt message that shakes her to her core. Divorced Not Desperate Book 1 drops 8/8. As she sails through breathtaking destinations, Potty encounters charming men, each offering different possibilities for love and connection. Yet with every flirtation comes the weight of her past, as memories of heartache surface. With the sound of waves crashing and laughter echoing around her, Potty begins to embrace the freedom of being divorced, finally discovering the strength within herself to choose her own path. Amidst the vibrant parties and romantic escapades, Bhati discovers the importance of healing and self-love. Each port brings new experiences, but it's the quiet moments that awaken her spirit. With her heart open and her mind clear, Bhati is not just navigating romance, she is redefining herself. The journey of Divorce Not Desperate is about more than love. It's about embracing freedom and finding strength in vulnerability.
Welcome to Chinatown. This is your host, Coach China T, who's also a known author. And as you can see here, I have several books that have been released and that are releasing over the next month and a half to 2 months. So make sure you head over to Amazon, get these ebooks. You can also get them in paperback at Lulu by clicking my website, china-t.com. Come follow me and learn more.